this funny little thing in his hat that has 10 and 6 that you had no idea what it meant. Basically, this hat cost 10 shillings and sixpence, which in old terms was half a guinea. So if you ever wondered why the Mad Hatter had this strange little thing, it's basically showing the price of the hat, which was 10 shillings and sixpence. Interesting little fact. So, if I take you through just the history of each coin and its design, I will start with the 1 penny, the smallest and least value coin. Now the penny looks like this. It's very tiny, and the reverse, if you can see, was designed by Christopher Ironside in when it was produced in 1971 on decimalisation tape, and it basically shows a portcullis, which is a piece of British heritage history, and basically it was like a system of protection of the old castles, medieval castles, and it was like a gate that used to shut down between the entrance of the castle and the inner sort of entrance. And if you used to get stuck if you were an invader and you used to get stuck between the portcullis and the inside where they used to shut it as well, they used to pour hot oil down into into where you were, and that used to sort of maim and kill any intruders that were entering into the castle. And on the front, of course, we have our current monarch, Queen Elizabeth, and on every coin and every stamp and everything regal, and we have the face of Queen Elizabeth, and it is for the current monarch. So when Queen Elizabeth dies, her son, Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, will take her place on the coins and stamps. So that's the 1 penny. And in terms of how many pennies there are to a pound, there are 100 1 pennies to a pound. So the pound is worth 100 pennies. Now the next coin I will be showing you is the 2 pence coin. Now this is the one bravery, courage, all the things that sort of Britain is sort of famous for. Again, designed by Christopher Ironside. And to the pound, you get 10 pences to the pound. Now the next coin is the 20 pence piece. A funny looking shaped coin as compared to the rest, which are all circular. This is a 7-sided coin, and it's pretty cool. This again it was issued on Decimalisation Day, and it filled in the gap between the pound and the 50p, which I'll come on to later. So it wasn't such a jump between the two. And the design on the back actually wasn't designed by Christopher Ironside this time, surprisingly. It was designed by William Gardner, and basically is a crowned Tudor rose. Now the Tudor rose it's like Tudor history. It's made out of a white rose and a red rose. And without going into too much detail, is the symbol of the Tudor times. And if you look up anything to do with the Tudors, it's the two opposing factions coming together and uniting, and which causes, the Tudor rose is a big part of British history. Like the kids learn it at school when they're young, and I've completely forgotten what the two factions are, so I'm a letdown, I'm sorry. And again, on the front, Queen Elizabeth. Now the next coin, which is probably my favourite coin, is the 50 pence piece. Now, again, it's a 7-sided coin, and it was issued in 1971 again, and this replaced the 10 shilling note. So the shillings I told you about, if you got 10 of those, you got a 10 shilling note. But at first people were confused because the old half a crown used to be this funny shape, and people thought that they would be getting confused with the shape of this new coin and get it confused with an old crown, which was being sort of put out of use. On the back, again, designed by Christopher Ironside, it shows a seated Britannia. Now the Britannia is a symbol of Britain and Royal Britannia, that sort of thing. And a little bit of fact about my childhood: there was a programme on kids TV on the BBC called The Queen's Nose, and basically it was a magic 50p piece, which whenever you rubbed it like that on the Queen's nose, like that, you'd make a wish and your wish would come true. So obviously, as a young kid, I used to get every 50p I could and rub the nose and make a wish and hope that it would come true. But unfortunately it didn't, because there's no such thing as a magic coin. So yeah, that's why it's my favourite coin of the history. Oh, and I forgot to say that did I do 20p's? You get 5 20 pieces to the pound, and you only get 2 50p's to a pound. Now, on to the pound coin. It's very thick, very heavy. Again, it was actually issued in 1983 to replace the pound note, which was, I guess, like an American dollar, $1 note. We actually have coins. And on the back, it shows the Menai suspension bridge in Wales. And there are loads and loads of different designs of the £1 coin, and also, all the other coins. These are just a few of the designs on the back of the coin, because you have your was another coin, a £2 coin, which was basically a coin to celebrate the Commonwealth Games in Scotland in 1986, but unfortunately I don't have one of those. Not that they're very rare, because you can get £2 coins, quite easily, but not many were produced, and most people, especially my mother-in-law, like to collect them. And they're basically like, imagine a £1 coin, and it has sort of like a ring around it, and it's a massive coin, probably the same size as, a little bit bigger than a 50p, and it's worth 2 of these £1, and they're really cool, and I wish I had one, but unfortunately I don't. So yeah, that's basically a really quick overview of British coins and their history, and what they stand for. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it wasn't too relaxing, but I hope it was